Bronny James is ass. Everybody knows this. But it's like we're not allowed to say it because he's LeBron James' son. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all do me a favor and drop a like on the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. You already know who it is. It's your boy, Reggie. So if you guys don't know, Draymond Green, he started a new podcast and he jumped out the window and called Dak Prescott a bum.
Dak's a bum.
He's not a bum, dog. He's a really good quarterback.
No, he's a bum.
This got me thinking back to this whole Bronny James situation. So if you guys don't know, the San Antonio Spurs came into town last night and played the Los Angeles Lakers, and Bronny James returned to his old form, and he played 5 minutes and had 2 points in yesterday's game.
Bronny James has no chance. Look at Victor.
So once again, right, like Bronny James is ass. Everybody knows this. But it's like we're not allowed to say it because he's LeBron James' son. But meanwhile, we're able to talk shit about everybody else except Bronny, right? Meanwhile, you can have a guy like Draymond Green call Dak Prescott a bum, and that's completely okay. But he had an issue with Stephen A. Smith going on First Take and telling LeBron James, listen, we all know Bronny isn't ready for this, and you're the one that put him in this position, so you need to stop.
I'm really, really trying to be as respectful as I possibly can be towards LeBron James. One of the top 2 or 3 players in the history of basketball, number 2 in my eyes. A treasure to the game of basketball that we should and will all miss when he is gone. I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad. The first game of the season, opening night, the Griffies in attendance, father-son duo playing in an NBA game for the first time, an absolutely positively wonderful story. And then reality sets in. We love what we're seeing from him in the G League because that's where you belong. As you hone your skills and you get better and you legitimately earn, which I believe he has the potential to do. I am rooting for Bronny James. It would be cruel to root against him. He's a wonderful kid. I wish him nothing but the best. But he's LeBron James' son. And everybody knows what attention that brings. Molly, Doggy, put them up on the screen because I want to see their face when I say this. Right now, Bronny James is averaging 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds. You know what people are saying. You know what they're going to do to this kid. In 13 games, he has played 44 minutes. He has scored 4 points. He is shooting 1 of 16 from the field, 0 for 7 from three-point range. How are you doing him favors? We know that he's not ready yet. And I'm saying this with compassion. I'm asking the greatest player in the game, one of the top 2 players in the history of basketball, an ambassador for this game, the face of the league, a 4-time champion, a guy that's going to 10 NBA finals, one of the greatest we have ever or will ever see, who is a basketball savant. You know, better than me, better than Doggy, better than JJ Redick, better than Rob Pelinka, better than any basketball analysis or analyst that exists. You know what these numbers mean. You know what it's going to do to your son, to people who are missing out on opportunities, that are busting their tail on other NBA teams in the G League, in Europe, and everywhere else, what kind of opportunity they're starving for. You're exposing your son like this?
So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys just heard what Stephen A. Smith had to say about Bronny initially on First Take. In all honesty, folks, Stephen A. Smith didn't say nothing wrong, and he was actually pretty respectful towards LeBron James and Bronny. So, Stephen A. Smith revealed, after LeBron James confronted him, that Draymond Green, who he was friends with, wasn't cool with him no more because of what he said about LeBron James and Bronny.
He approached me during the game and he said, stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son. I said, what? Nah, man, straight up, man to man. Real talk. Stop effing with my son. And I saw how furious he was. And I said, we can talk about it later. Nah, F that. Stop effing with my son. That's my son. I said, all right, dog. Fine. And he walked away. That's all he said. I knew what he was talking about. I've spoken about this before. Matter of fact, I heard that not many, not all, but a few players were upset at me about that. I think one player in particular was Draymond Green, who I haven't spoken to since and has no desire to speak to me primarily because of this, I suppose.
So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Stephen A. Smith and Draymond Green used to be cool. But when Stephen A. Smith spoke about LeBron James and Bronny, Draymond Green no longer wanted to be friends with Stephen A. Smith. And this is Draymond Green explaining why.
The problem that people have with media is you go on there and you like, oh, that's weak. Like, weak? Like calling another man weak? Like, that's not basketball, which is actually what Brian was saying in the first place. Like, let's keep it basketball, because calling a man weak, that's not basketball. And you're paid to talk about basketball. You call Brian weak for stepping to you, but you're taking shots at him as a father on TV behind a camera. Most would say that's weak. And I know he'll say, I'm paid to do that. No, you're paid to analyze. You're paid to debate on the show. As soon as I saw him say it, Bob was up here that day. And Bob was like, oh, yeah, I work with Stephen A. tomorrow. I'm in got y'all game tonight. I'm in the studio tomorrow. Something Stephen A. and I think Malika. And I was like, oh, you make sure you tell Stephen A. that I have zero respect for what he said yesterday. You go on TV, national TV, calling out this African-American, this black father who's raised another successful black young man. And you go on TV calling him out as a father because his son played in the NBA? That's ass backwards. You are on national TV condemning a black man as a father because his son is playing in the NBA. Like, how does that even make sense? And I told Bob that. I said, you should tell him. Like, I can't respect that. Like, if you want to talk about him as a basketball player, talk about him as a basketball player. If you want to talk about Bronny as a basketball player, go ahead. He an NBA player. Talk about him all you want. Although I think it's pretty whack that y'all find time to talk about the 55th draft pick. The only picks I can name right off the top of my mind that was 55th pick or lower was Manu Ginobili and Isaiah Thomas. This man said, LeBron, you need to stop. As a father, you need to stop. What? Huh? And then you throw out the excuse like, well, he the one said that Bronny is better than NBA players. You name me what parent don't think their kid is better than everybody. Like, that is a common theme for parents that's in sports. We all think our kid is better than what they are. That is the nature of the beast. My mama thought I was better than what I was. That is the nature of a parent in sports. But to go on TV and say, you need to stop it as a father, then go and he stepped to you about that and then say it's weak on TV. Because the demeanor in person was like, that was demeanor in person. Yeah. But then on TV, you go, oh, that was bullshit. It's like weak. Like, come on, man. So that's why he said Draymond ain't talking to me. And it's not that. I don't have much to say to that. Like, also reach out to that man and talk to him after somebody say something to you because you know you're wrong. So reach out to that man and talk to you, but he didn't. You didn't reach out and talk to him. That's weak. That's what we call weak. Where I'm from, the guys that I was raised by, the men that had an impact on my life, that's what we call weak.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me get this straight here. Stephen A. Smith goes on First Take and respectfully tells LeBron James, who is the only reason Bronny James got drafted, to stop exposing your son like this in the NBA. And Draymond Green takes offense to that, says that he wants nothing else to do with Stephen A. Smith after what he said. But this is the same Draymond Green that will get on a podcast and will call Dak Prescott a bum, which has nothing to do with football. Stephen A. Smith didn't call Bronny a bum. He respectfully laid out his numbers, and we all know what those numbers mean. We all know the numbers mean Bronny is trash, but he didn't call Bronny trash. He respectfully said, yo, LeBron, you're the one doing this. This is all for you. Stop exposing Bronny like this. He said it respectfully. And Draymond had a problem with it. But this is the same Draymond that will get up on his podcast and will call Dak Prescott a bum. So what happened, Draymond? Do Dak Prescott not have a family now? What about Dak Prescott family? Oh, that's right. Nobody else's family matters, ladies and gentlemen, except LeBron's. That's what I'm realizing here, folks. Nobody else's family matters. That's what I've realized, folks, as it pertains to Clutch Sports. Nobody else's family matters except the James family. You can call everybody else under the sun bum, trash. You can say they're ass. You can say whatever you want about them. But God forbid you keep things fair down the line and you call Bronny James trash or ass, and these niggas will want nothing to do with you. They will want nothing to do with you. What type of narcissistic mentality do these people have, folks, to where they feel like they're the only ones that matter? Draymond Green, man, come on, man. You got to stop this, dude. You got to stop this. So it's okay for you to call Dak Prescott a bum, but if Stephen A. Smith lays out Bronny's stats, tells LeBron to chill out, that's where you draw the line. That's where you say it's a problem. Man, come on, man. Y'all got to stop this nonsense, man. Y'all got to stop this nonsense, bro. This is very hypocritical, bro. This is very hypocritical. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to get you guys' thoughts in the comment section down below, man. What are your thoughts on Draymond Green calling Dak Prescott a bum, but then he gets mad at Stephen A. Smith for speaking on LeBron and Bronny? Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. This was another installment of The Locker Room. Peace.